Hi, welcome to the class. Today we will do some numericals based on potentiometer, right? Potentiometer we have already done. Today we will do some numericals. So the first question is there on the board. A potentiometer wire of length 1 meter has a resistance of 10 ohm. It is connected to a 6 volt battery in series. So length of the wire is given. So resistance is given. I'll write it as R1, which is 10 ohm. EMF is connected to a battery. 6 volt is the potential of the battery. RQ is given 5 ohm. These two are connected in series. Determine the EMF of the primary cell. So there is a primary cell whose EMF we have to calculate, and this cell whose EMF we have to calculate gives a balance point at 40 centimeter. L is equals to 40 centimeter. This is the balance point. So first let us calculate the total resistance. Rs R1 plus R2. Rs will be equal to 10 plus 5, 15 ohm. Rs resistance in series is 15 ohm. Now this V is given 6 volt. Let us calculate the current using Ohm's law. V is equals to IR. I is equals to V upon R, which is equal to 6 upon 15. So if you calculate it, 2, 3, 2, 5, 3 upon 5, I think it will be equivalent to 0.4 ampere. So this is 0.4 ampere. So this is the value of the current, 0.4 ampere. Now current you have got. Now you calculate the potential drop. Because EMF in potentiometer, the principle of the potentiometer is that the potential drop across the length of the wire is directly proportional to the length of that particular wire. So potential drop, let me call it as capital V dash, will be equal to I into R. So this V dash will be equal to I is 0.4. And what is the resistance of this potentiometer wire? Potentiometer wire has a resistance of 10 ohm. So this is voltage drop, which is 4 volt. So potential drop is 4 volt. So potential drop is 4 volt. We have calculated. Now what we have to do? Now you all know that this potential drop will be equal to K into L. What is K? K is the potential gradient. So I have to calculate the potential gradient. So what will be the value of potential gradient? So length we already know. This is the balancing length. But the length of the potentiometer is 1 meter. So we will use this as the length of the potentiometer in order to calculate K. K for what? Potential gradient for that 1 meter length wire of the potentiometer. So K will be equal to 4 upon 1. So it will be 4 volt per meter because length is in meter. K we have got. Now we will use this K and we will try to calculate the EMF. EMF will be equal to K into L. How much is E? E we have to calculate. How much is K? 4 into, what is the length? Now we will take this length, 40 centimeter. 40 centimeter means 0.4 meter into 0.4 meter. How much it will be? 1.6 volt. So this will be the EMF. So this is how we have to calculate the EMF. So have a look and then we will move on to the other question. Now this is the second question, and this is a very good question because in this we will understand two concepts. So we have two cells here in the first case, E1, E2, and you can see that negative of these two cells are connected with each other. So whenever Okay. And then if negative and negative of these two cells are connected, its EMF is E1, its EMF is E2. The balancing length comes out to be 250 centimeter. Now this must be a 4-wire potentiometer. Okay, 4-wire potentiometer. In the second case, when this negative was connected with the positive, the balancing length comes out to be at 400. Now we already know that this is what we call the series connection of cells. And in series connection of cells, we add up the EMF of these two cells. How in series connection, how they are connected? Negative is connected to the positive. So this is series. So EMF will be added. So what I will write? E1 plus E2 is equals to K. What is K? Potential gradient. Because we know the principle of EMF is E is equals to K into L. So K into L. So what is L? L is 400 for this. This is equation number 1. Correct? Now in the second one, negative is connected to negative. Now what will happen? So they will be subtracted. So this will be E1 minus E2 is equals to K into 250. This is second. So we have formed two equations. What does the question says? Question says that the find ratio of E1 and E2, right? So we can, what we will do? We will add them. If we add them, 2 E1, then plus minus, we are adding them, they will get cancelled out. This will be plus 250 plus this, how much? 650 K, right? Then E1 is how much? E1 is, if I divide it, 650 upon 2 K 2325, right? So E1 is equals to 325 K. I've got the value of E1. Now I can calculate the value of E2 by substituting it here. E1 is how much? 325 K plus E2 is equals to 400 K. E2 will be equal to 400 K minus 325 K. E2 will be equal to 75 K. E2 is this. Now you have to take out the ratio of E1 and E2. So what will be the ratio of E1 and E2? So if you calculate the ratio of E1 and E2, E1 by E2 will be equal to, how much is E1? 325 K upon 75 K. K goes up. Now you have to solve this. So what it will be? 15 to 30, 25, no. 25, 3. Will it go with 25? 25, 3, 25, 3, 25, 3, 25, 1. 25, 1 is 25 and 25 plus 5, yes, 13. So E1 by E2 will be equal to 13 by 3. Now we are calculating the ratio. So ratio would be E1 ratio E2 is equals to 13 ratio 3. This will be the ratio. So this was the concept where we have used this series concepts of cell also. Negative is connected to positive. They are in series. We added them. Why we subtracted here? Because negative is connected to negative. So that is why we subtracted them. And then we solved. And then we used the concept of potentiometers. Right? Now let's begin with the third one. Okay, so this is the third question. Here we have a diagram and a lengthy question. Like the language is too long. A potentiometer of wire length 1 meter. So this is the 1 wire potentiometer. whose wire is of 100 centimeter or 1 meter, is connected to a driver cell. Driver cell is this cell. So this is the driver cell and this is the primary cell. Okay, driver cell is the one which provides the current to the potentiometer. So driver cell is there, whose EMF is driver cell is there 3 volt. When a cell of EMF 1.5 volt, you can see there cell of 1.5 volt. So if I write this side I write as E1. So E1 is 1.5 volt. Is used in the secondary circuit. This is the secondary circuit. That is the primary circuit. The balance point is found to be 60 centimeter. L1 is 60 centimeter. On replacing this cell, if you replace this cell by an unknown EMF, any other cell whose EMF is not known. So E2 is not known. The balance point shifts to 80 centimeter. Balancing point is shifting to 80 centimeter. First part of the question, calculate the unknown EMF of the cell. We all know that this works perfectly. Comparing the EMF of the cell, E1 upon E2 is equals to L1 upon L2. Comparing the EMF of the cell, this formula is used. We have to find E2. I will send E2 there. So E2 is equals to E1 L2 upon L1. What is E1? 1.5 into. What is L2? 80. Don't convert this into meter because this centimeter and this centimeter will cancel out. 80 upon 60. 0, 0. If I remove this point, it will be 10. Right? 2, 1. Sorry. 2, 4. 2, 5. 5, 1. 5, 3. 3, 1. 3, 2. 2, 1. 2, 2. So EMF E2 will be how much? 2 volt. So this E2 has come as 2 volt. So E2 is 2 volt. Now in the second part, explain with reason whether the circuit works if the driver cell is replaced with a cell of EMF 1 volt. Now whenever you are comparing the EMF, it is very important for us to understand that driver cell's EMF should always be greater than this cell. That is the cell in the primary circuit. It should always be greater. Why it should always be greater? If I keep it 1 volt, according to the second part, if I keep this battery or cell of 1 volt here, then this cell will not be able to balance this. That is the reason. So when they are writing, when they are asking you to write the reason, also explain the reason. You will write that if this cell becomes 1 volt, which is less than this cell, so this cell will not be able to, this cell will not be able to balance this cell because obviously it is greater than, right? Third part, does the high resistance R, there is a high resistance R which is also connected, affect the balancing point? So of course that is quite evident that if you have a balance point, will there be any current? Will the galvanometer show any current? Answer is no. Why galvanometer will not show any current? Because we have received balance point. Balance point is a point at which the galvanometer does not show any current. So if the galvanometer is not showing any current, it means the circuit is open. If the galvanometer does not show any current, it means the circuit is open. And if the circuit is open, you add any kind of resistance, it will not affect it. So that is the third part. So one I will give you now as a homework. I will give you. So this question I am giving you as homework. One of this kind we have already done. Negative is connected to positive. You know how they are connected. Negative is connected to negative, you know what we have to do. Here negative is connected to negative and the balancing length is this, you know what to do. Negative is connected to positive, balancing length is 300, you know what to do. You have to find ratio of E1 by E2. One of this kind we have already done. This is your homework, first part. position of null point for cell of EMF even only. Now you have the combination null point combination. Here also you have combination null point. You have to find for even only. If I remove this E2, what will be the balancing net for even? I'll give you the answers. So the first answer even by E2 will be 7/3. Even by E2 will be 7/3. And for balancing length for even will be 210 centimeter. Balancing length will be 210 centimeter. So this is the question which I am giving you as homework. Work on it. If any doubts are there, we'll discuss it in the class, right? Thank you.